So, a little disclaimer before I start this actual video. If it sounds like I'm sick, it's because I am, but I still needed to record something, so here I am. If I sound a little weird, don't mind it, but okay. Let's get on with the video. So believe it or not, I'm quite the performer. Despite me rambling about how much I hate public speaking or how I'm an introvert who doesn't really like social interactions, I somehow find performing a stress reliever. When I was a wee young one, I guess I used to sing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star a lot, but I wasn't really good at enunciation yet and sang Tinkle Tinkle Little Star instead. Now I get made fun for it a lot because sometimes we forget we have feelings. But besides that, I also performed in school concerts for Christmas. We would sign the lyrics as we sang, and I'm surprised that I was able to remember all of that. Oh wait, I'm sure our teacher was down there, mean girls momming it up and showing us the moves. Anyways, that's not important. I just went through that quickly since I don't remember it at all. Moving to middle school though really is where things got rolling and all my Asian ancestors shake their heads that a more financially stable activity didn't pique my interest. But in middle school, I did a lot of things. No way, you did things in middle school? I did things in middle school. It's like we're the same person. Okay, I meant that I did a lot of performing in middle school. For all 3 years, I did orchestra and played the violin. I didn't want to say I was good, but I did end up getting the first chair. I remember my band director having a dark purple violin and he named it Barney, which I loved because I loved Barney as a little kid. You know, before budget cuts for performing arts came about and stopped our entire orchestra program altogether, crushing my dreams of becoming a violinist in my high school years, budget cuts required us to play a lot of the same songs too, while I jealously watched the concert and symphonic bands as they got to play cooler, different songs every year. But on a positive note, the school board thinking that orchestra was unimportant led me to trying out color guard, which I'm so thankful I got to do. But I can make that into an entirely different video. Not only did I do that, I also did video production in middle school. And if I never did that, I probably would have never started making YouTube videos. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing is up to you, I guess. You see, at my school, we had morning announcements, but instead of talking on the intercom, the video production students record them on video that played every morning, kind of like a budget newscast. Being anchor was one of my favorite things to do. I felt super fancy because everyone would cater to you, like facing the light so it hit you just right. You'd have a teleprompter for what you needed to say. We even had a green screen for weather and stuff. I remember one time we didn't have time to record the announcements during class, so the anchors needed to come in at lunch to record. Well, it was me and my fellow anchor, we'll call him Kyle. I show up ready to record, but my partner doesn't. So I end up doing the entire announcement video by myself. You bet I was feeling all special when I watched it the next morning. But we also did other video projects during class too, and I really wish I kept some because they were some of the worst videos I've ever seen. But doing that led me to making my senior video in high school and learning about YouTube to get to where I am now. Like, this entire channel started off as a project for school, and now I do whatever I want. Fast forward to 8th grade, I was still doing orchestra, but decided to drop video production. Why? Because my school introduced a drama program. And let me just say, middle school me was not an actress. She thought she was, but she wasn't. But I enjoyed it, which I guess is what matters in the end. We did little performances here and there, but our big class production was the Western play that I can't remember what the title was. And your girl was not in it.
Bruh.
Like, legitimately, my teacher said, I cast you during the break. We need talented people for that too, so you can lead that crew. At the time, I thought I was so good that I was leading a group to perform during intermission. But looking back on it now, I think she meant to say was, based on your past performances, you're not fit to be in the main cast, but I need to incorporate you somewhere so your parents don't fight me, so you can perform during the break when people are using the restroom. but you bet I still gave it my all. I even did the quote-unquote talent show where I played the ukulele and my friends sang. And we even won. I don't know how because my classmates were honestly better, but I won't question our victory. But I didn't really act in drama all that much until college because I was doing my color guard thing in high school where I fell in love with dancing. But at my community college, I ended up performing without even being part of the drama club. I literally went to support my friend when she was auditioning, and then I ended up auditioning too. Talk about me and Mr. Taeyong from BTS having the similar experiences.
빅히트 오디션을 한번 본 적이 있었는데 그때 야 너도 볼래? 구경꾼이던 제가 네 저 볼래요 해가지고 춤추고 또 없어? 노래도 하고 또 없어? 비트박스하고 또 없어? 랩하고 또 없어? 색소폰 가져와서 색소폰 들고 또 없어? 네 이제 없어요. 그래서 이제 없었는데 알겠어요. 그러면 이제 뭐 나중에 내가 정말 합격하면 연락을 줄게. 그리고 이제 한 달? 아니면 2주 뒤인가 하여튼 그렇게 길지는 않았던 시간에 저한테 저 게임방이 있었거든요. 게임방에서 게임을 하던 저한테 연락이 와서 여보세요? 대구에서 나 한 명만 뽑혔대요.
Except he's now in the most popular boy band in the world while I'm just here. But I give all my thanks for the play called The Bold, the Young, and the Murdered. I essentially played Carrie, the production assistant who, spoiler alert, ends up being the murderer. So I played a pretty essential role and boy was it a blast. When I auditioned, I was going for the almost ditzy character and I don't remember her name, but I guess I put a little too much into her character and ended up being the crazy one. Not trying to make this deep or anything, but maybe I love acting because I don't have to be myself. When I act, I'm playing a character much different than my usual self. I can play up or down a character as much as I want and people would think that it was me getting into character. Probably because the story of my characters are known, whereas with real life, I don't know how my story will play out, so we play it safer. But I don't know where I was going with this video. People always say that your childhood molds you into the person you are today, and I can confirm that. Good and bad things, obviously, but good job, little me. Let's focus on the good feelings. Also, I just wanted to say ha to my middle school drama teacher that I was good enough to play a lead role.